commentary, and as you can probably tell, I got a sweet new intro, and I made it myself actually, like, just right off the bat. I'm gonna talk about my intro, so I made it, I found this sweet song, and then I found a TGN intro, and it turns out when you put them together, it's kind of like perfectly in sync, and I was like, wow! It's like the Illuminati and the stars and planets have lined up in my favor, so I think I found myself a new intro, so that's kind of neat. And yeah, so it's just some Battlefield gameplay on PC. And this is basically the spot of the map that I absolutely dominate for the 6 minutes of the game, because I cut out some of the part before because my telephone rang and I had to go grab it, so I was sitting prone for like 5 minutes, but I was like, yeah, that part wasn't good anyway, so just cut it out, and I'm sitting up here camping. And, ooh, excuse me, in today's commentary, you know, I'm gonna kind of be talking about, let me just pull up my information sheet here. I'm gonna be talking about, well, I've already talked about my new intro. And we're gonna kind of be talking about World War III, which is kind of like a WTF topic. Why would you talk about that? But, you know, it's something to talk about, so I'm gonna talk about it. And I'm gonna talk about the asteroid that just, like, landed in, well, I'm not sure if it landed, but an asteroid flew right over top of Russia. And at the recording, it's this morning that it happened. So, as you can see, I'm just absolutely destroying all these noobs. So, you can, let your eyes enjoy the gameplay while you hear my beautiful voice. So, yeah, if you didn't hear, you're kind of like, WTF, an asteroid hit Russia? Let me check Google News. So, at least that's where I went for it. So, yeah, an asteroid just, like, landed, like, because everybody seems to have a vehicle camera in Russia, so, you can see, like, people were driving, and then it looked like this thing just coming across the sky, and it's like, woo! Then it gets bigger and bigger, and then they stop, and then it just becomes huge, and it lights up, like, the whole sky. And then it's just like, poof, and it goes away, like fizzle, fizzle, and then it's gone. So, that was kind of interesting. And if you watch the videos, like, it's so bright, like, it's the middle of the night almost in some places, and you just see it, like, it turns daytime, and then it goes back, like, it's just absolutely ridiculous, but it's the coolest thing ever. So, I don't know, like, there was expected that an asteroid would, like, fly by Earth today, at, I don't know, sometime today, I suppose, I'm not exactly sure when. I want to say, like, afternoonish, at least where I live, so, like, 1 to 4 in the afternoon, probably. So, I didn't see it fly by, but apparently it should have flown by, so I guess I can check on that after. And, oh yeah, the next topic would be World War III. So, if you didn't know, I'm kind of talking about news this week, I suppose. That's kind of interesting. And it's not drama news, it's actually real news that people actually give a shit about. So, yeah. So North Korea, dropped another test nuke, except, as I understand, they dropped it in, like, a basement that they, well, not just, like, your basement, but, like, a huge-ass basement. So, they could try it there, and there was, like, a huge shockwave and stuff. So, they were trying out nukes, and then I think they came out and actually said that they were trying out a nuke that they could use on the US in the smallest factor possible, so kind of scary stuff right there, but don't worry, at least from my knowledge here, North Korea, their military is kind of like meh compared to the US. Even like Canada, our military is pretty meh. We probably have like 4 planes, and that's about it, so we're kind of screwed against anyone. But I think if they like launch a nuke, they're like, yeah, we're gonna get the US, here we go, woo! And then they like launch a nuke off, and they're like, oh, this one's actually launching, it's not gonna land in the ocean again. And then they're watching it with their binoculars and stuff, and they're like, oh, successful, guys! Let's crack a champagne! And they crack their champagne and stuff. And then they're like, oh, wait, looking through their binoculars, and they're like, oh, wait, what's that over there? And then someone hits their nuclear bomb, and just absolutely blows it up in the middle of the ocean, right near North Korea, which would probably blow up a decent portion of North Korea, if it actually blew up, and, if it was sized well enough. Like, if they built a nuke to blow up, like, all of the US, that would probably do some decent damage if it blew up right as it launched out from North Korea. So, that's some pretty crazy stuff there, which could possibly lead to World War III. I know, like, people are, well, no, not people, countries are actually shunning North Korea for that. So, even their allies, which are China, and that's about it, they're like, yeah, that's not cool to try out nukes and say you're gonna blow up the US. So, I don't think anybody's really happy with them. which obviously makes sense, because, you know, like, serious moment here. Nuclear stuff is not cool at all. Look up Chernobyl. You know, see what I'm talking about? But yeah, that's kind of some scary stuff that could possibly be fairly close to home for you. As you can see here, this guy's just figured out how to get me. And I think that's actually the end of the recording. But yeah, so that's kind of like my commentary. And yeah, but yeah, that is some scary stuff that's close to home. So I'll probably have links in the description, all this cool stuff. And I hope you enjoyed my intro, because I'm still pumped about that. And I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.